What do we know about the concept of work? Is there just one meaning for work? Let's find out. A boy has done certain activities like washing the dishes, writing a letter to someone, and brushing his teeth. Are the boy's following activities considered as work? If your answer is yes, then you are right and wrong. You are probably wondering, how could you be right and wrong at the same time? Well, let's see why. You are right because the general concept of work could apply to any sort of activity that requires energy. But in the scientific perspective, it is known to be zero amount of work. So what is considered as work in the scientific perspective? Let's try out an example to understand this. An evil monster wants to destroy a city, but he doesn't go straight to the city to destroy it. Instead, he takes a huge boulder next to him, aims it at a specific direction and throws it, destroying a part of the city. Is the activity done by the monster considered as work in scientific terms? If your answer is yes, then you are right. Granted, it was a bad kind of work, but it was work nonetheless. So what were the fundamental aspects done to consider this as work? Why did I say that work's done here? There are two requirements that should be met for work to be done. 1. Force needs to be applied on the object. 2. The object needs to be displaced. If an object does not meet these two conditions together, then it isn't considered as work. When the monster threw the boulder at the city, he applied force on it and threw it in a specific direction and hence displaced it.
Work done by a constant force. Here you can see a boy pushing a toy car. Let the car move through a distance s in the direction of the applied force F. Then the work done due to the application of the force is W is equal to modulus of F into modulus of S. That is, W is equal to Fs. Now let us calculate the work done by the force when the boy is pulling the toy car as shown here. Here the car does not move in the direction of the applied force. That is, the force and displacement are inclined to each other. In such cases, the product of the displacement and the component of the force in the direction of the displacement give the work done. Now resolve the force F. The component of the force in the direction of displacement is F cos theta, where theta is the angle of inclination between the force and the displacement. That is, work done can be written as a scalar product of the component of the force in the direction of the force and the displacement. W is equal to F into S, that is equal to Fs cos theta. A porter carrying a weight on his head and walking horizontally does no work against the force of gravity. Guess why?
Work done by a variable force. A constant force is rare. It is the variable force which is more commonly encountered. Figure is a plot of a varying force in one dimension. If the displacement delta x is small, we can take the force Fx as approximately constant and the work done is then delta W equals to Fx delta x. This is illustrated in figure. Adding successive rectangular areas in figure, we get the total work done as W equals to sigma from xi to xf of Fx delta x. where the summation is from the initial position xi to the final position xf. If the displacements are allowed to approach zero, then the number of terms in the sum increases without limit, but the sum approaches a definite value equal to the area under the curve in figure. Then the work done is W is equal to integration from xi to xf of fx delta x, equation 1. Thus, for a varying force, the work done can be expressed as a definite integral of force over displacement. If the force varies, example, compressing a spring, we need to use calculus to find the work done. If the force is given by Fx, a function of x, then the work done by the force along the x-axis from xi to xf is W is equal to integration from xi to xf of fx delta x